What up, everybody? Thank you for coming in for our first show of Choke Slam Wrestling Show. And without further ado, the man behind me, Spooky Tuesday. What up, though?
What up, though? Man,
how are you tonight?
I'm good, man. How are you? It's another fun-filled day in the sun for me.
Yeah, it's harvest time right now, isn't it?
Still harvest time. So, all day, every day, just busy time.
Yeah, that's hard work, man.
Yeah, I like harvest time, honestly. Like, probably my favorite part of the growing season. But anyway, it's fucking Wednesday. Let's talk about fucking wrestling.
That's right. I know you've been in the field, so you haven't been able to watch AEW tonight, but kind of lackluster. Not much to it tonight as far as excitement value. Leading up to a couple decent matches, next couple pay-per-views, but other than that, I mean, more dead airspace.
Well, who's in the leading position right now for AEW as somebody who doesn't normally watch?
Well, Kenny Omega is champion.
Okay.
He has been held the belt for almost a year now. Then you have Miro, which is the AEW champion. He just got the belt. He's running his shtick right now of God's champion, the Redeemer. Gotten old real fast.
I've never been a fan of religious gimmicks.
Yeah, it's gotten old fast. Miro's a great wrestler. I mean, he's got some pretty decent talent, but these religious shticks never play out. People get tired of them really quick.
Mm-hmm.
They're still pushing the whole Darby Allin. I just don't see where a 145-pound dude is worthy of as much TV time as he's gotten.
So I've never been a huge fan of the little tiny guys. Like when I was a little kid and I got into wrestling, it was like the humongous guys that I thought were fascinating. And like when they had,
what up, though?
What up, Swag?
What up,
I just want to give a big round of applause and a big congratulations to the New Day's Big E. Congratulations on winning the belt.
Hey,
for the dominant.
I'll have to say, man, I was really surprised that they finally let Big E have anything at all. But I think he'll be a good champ, honestly.
He will be.
Which belt does he have?
The Raw World Championship one.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Roman Reigns, the greatest wrestler ever to fucking lace up boots, is still the champion on SmackDown. So
now, see, here's where I'll disagree with you, man. Great fucking, great ring presence, great on the mic.
Yeah,
definitely is a very, very good wrestler. This fucking bullshit of fucking head of the table and this fucking. I just don't dig it. I mean, it honestly, in my opinion, it takes away from his actual talent.
It's leading up to him facing The Rock at Mania, right?
Oh yeah, but it's still, it's still going to be a match. I mean, The Rock is a fucking actor now. He's not a wrestler. I mean, it's really a ratings gimmick. Nothing is going to happen.
Well, can I derail the conversation with a different question?
Yeah,
of course.
Go ahead.
What do you guys think of the idea or the rumor that WWE is going to be sold to Peacock or NBC?
I 100%
it's
believe
for sure.
it.
It's for sure getting sold.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know to who. I don't know if it's going to be to NBC, but it's for sure getting sold.
I'm pretty sure it's Peacock.
Do you think that Vince McMahon's going to work out a deal like Hugh Hefner did when he sold Playboy, like where he's still got to live there and like be Hugh Hefner Playboy, even though like he didn't own it for like the last 7 years?
He should work it out so fucking Triple H can take over, because Triple H is honestly the one who should be running things. So when he was running in NXT, like that was the best fucking wrestling that WWE had.
Who runs NXT now?
Well, Vince and Bruce Pritchard are a part of it now, and
Yep.
you can really tell by the rebranding yesterday. It looks like a fucking seizure waiting to happen.
Yeah, I honestly believe that Vince is gonna. I mean, they're kind of devaluing NXT right now. I mean, they're taking a lot of talent away, and I really think that's a play just to let Triple H buy it. You know, he'll get it at a cheaper price. The shareholders are going to be happy because to them, they're just unloading a piece of shit that's not making any money right now. You know, and then, you know, I 100% believe that Peacock is going to buy WWE. So
how soon of a timeline do you think it's on?
I think by the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
Oh, really? That soon?
I was gonna say like second quarter next year at the latest.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a thing.
Do you think
I
that
fucking hate. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
if they take ownership of it, do you think that they'll like completely rebrand it and try to make it look different, or are they just gonna like keep all the staff and like keep everything going the way it was and hire some idiot like fucking what's his name from WCW, the
Vince Russo.
the guy? Yeah, Vince Russo.
It's interesting. It would be smart of them to just like kind of take ownership of it, but like kind of keep everybody that's working there employed. Maybe get better writers. I don't know.
I definitely think a little bit of both. I think they're going to keep a good portion of the staff just because it'd be foolish to get rid of anybody. And I think that's kind of what they're doing now with all the personnel cuts that they're doing. I mean, in the last month they've laid off 150 people. So I think they're trimming the fat a little bit, and then they're going to come out and completely revamp it. I believe. I mean, because not to jump on the bandwagon of hating the WWE, but it has become pretty lame here lately. Stars that that are billed as their some of their top wrestlers are missing cues. They're underselling moves and then overselling stupid moves.
Wrestling, all right. So like everybody knows, I fucking love to troll everybody and say that AEW sucks. I don't think AEW sucks. I think that they're burying themselves into a hole with getting like overinflated with roster right now, and a lot of people are going to be buried. But I say that to say this: like wrestling is the best when there's not pre-scripted promos, like when wrestlers can be themselves and like come up with their own storylines for the most part, and that's what's happening on AEW. And that's not like that's why WWE has sucked so much recently. It's because it's Hollywood writers who really never watched a day of wrestling in their life prior to this job, like writing soap operas basically.
Yeah. I mean, they've really gotten back into the very predictable storylines.
I think that's what Vince likes the most.
Well, I think that's all he can handle right now. I mean, Vince is old as shit,
Yeah.
Vince McMahon is a mark for himself. He loves to make himself laugh, and it doesn't matter if anybody else laughs as long as he thinks it's funny. He's going to put it on TV.
Yep. I mean, and we've had plenty of, very comical nonsense characters over the years. I mean, you had, like Hornswoggle and, well, Hornswoggle really is right up there.
When I think of Vince, I always think of the Kiss My Ass shit.
Yep. Yeah, that was always some classic shit,
So, I mean, the stuff with Stone Cold obviously is the most classic, but so I always thought the Kiss My Ass shit was funny. I'm a huge McFoley mark, so I like the fucking the birth of Sacco happened with Vince, in the hospital.
Yep.
It's like, it's Mr. Sacco. That shit was funny.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, that whole shtick that he did during that time was just great.
Yeah.
And that's, like Swag was saying, that's back when that shit wasn't scripted. They were just, mostly on, painkillers and alcohol, just saying the most outlandish shit, and it was entertaining.
And
yeah, I miss the Attitude Era.
I mean, there was internet, but it wasn't as widely available or in your fucking pocket. You know what I mean? So there's dirt sheet writers.
I mean, there definitely was dirt sheet writers back then, but
I'm saying, but it's not like I could get enough of a following on Twitter and become a dirt sheet writer, and if enough people believe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, just my luck said that the William Regal having to kiss McMahon's ass was the best. That was pretty good. Rock and Sock. I remember that.
Yeah, that was great.
That was great.
Their fucking segments would be long too, compared to what typically would happen on TV at that time.
Yep. And going back to what Swag was talking about on how AEW is just stuffing their roster with talent right now,
so that reminds me of something I was going to say. As somebody who doesn't really watch much of the product nowadays, and I hear about it all the time because I listen to wrestling podcasts, I watch wrestling YouTube stuff, but as somebody who just sees oh, this name went over there, that name and that name and that name all went over, and it reminds me of when WCW the whole roster from WWF went over there, they became the old guys, and then WWF brought up all the new guys.
Yep. It kind of seems like what they're doing right now.
I know, but that makes them in the bad position of WCW.
No, that's a fact. But they're also AEW, for their credit, is also getting indie stars. I remember seeing Darby Allin in Minneapolis. We have this thing called Wrestlepalooza, and it's all the best indie stars. We saw Candice LeRae before she signed to fucking NXT. Fucking Grado, Colt Cabana. You know what I mean? Darby Allin. It was Darby Allin versus the Great Sasuke. That was an amazing fucking match, bro.
Did you ever watch very many of Colt Cabana's fucking matches?
Oh yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I'm a fan of him. I don't know.
I don't understand how.
I like his New Japan stuff when he's all super funny with Gato and shit, trying to trade wrestling DVDs and sell them and shit. I think that's funny.
I've known who he was for a long time, and I definitely enjoy listening to his stories, and
his podcast is great.
Yeah. And so but his matches are cartoon stupid.
Yeah, no,
it's if they're that's I realize cartoon matches go way back in the history of wrestling, but his shit is fucking ridiculous.
What I equate it to is a breather. You have an intense match or whatever. You need something to kind of lighten the mood before the next intense match. Say you have the tag team title match. And,
who's Jack Tooney?
Something to laugh in.
Jack Tooney?
Jack
Yeah,
Tunney.
who's that? Who's
think he
Jack
ran-
Tunney?
I think he ran WCCW like before it became WCW, I believe.
Yep, he was the one that he was a Canadian promoter. Old dude. I mean, I wish I do apologize to everybody. My new computer isn't getting built, so it's hard for me to share a picture of him. But he was the main promoter for WWF when it was still WWF back in the 80s, the Hulk Hogan era. Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, all them guys. If you've ever seen the Muppets, he reminds you of the Eagle News guy.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what he looked like.
That's funny. The giant eyebrows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thing about that's all that's good.
So he's talking about the old talent. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the oldest one is Punk, and it seems like he can still go, but
yeah, he can definitely still go.
Adam Cole is young still, and it makes sense that he's there because he's like Bullet Club and shit.
Yep. All the rest of the Bullet Club is there.
Malachi Black. I don't know.
His whole thing right now is just fucking awesome. I mean, the whole persona that he's coming out as, how he's entering the ring, it's kind of nice because even as big as he climbed in WWE, they still didn't let him have, creative freedom.
How many people had creative freedom at that time, do you think?
A few. And it was always stupid shit. They kind of let Brock Lesnar do whatever he wanted. Yeah, well, I guess about that's the only one.
Well, based on the limited interviews of Brock Lesnar I've seen, basically all he wants to do is just have the match and not do anything else.
That's, he was doing his UFC stuff at that time, Well, he, up until a couple months ago, he was still doing his UFC losing.
Scientist, do you think that Bray Wyatt is going to show up on AEW or not?
Without a doubt, the 29th, they've already released it. And I kind of dig. I can dig how they're going with it. They're tying in the dissension between the Dark Order right now. They're doing it in Brody Lee's hometown. And, he's going to come and be the new leader of the Dark Order.
How do you think he's going to be dressed when he gets there?
That I haven't, I don't know how they're going to. I don't know if they're going to bring him out as, actual masked character. If they're just going to strip him down to, the bare showmanship like that, Brody Lee did when he came over.
So my favorite gimmick he had was the lantern gimmick.
Oh yeah, the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. And that was when that, they started letting him do his own thing. That was when Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman were the Sheep. They came out, did the whole, lights out, fireflies going with the lantern, sitting in the rocking chair. And then,
Hey, to answer Blake's question, the lethal weapon, Ken Shamrock.
Yep. Yeah, Brooklyn answered that.
Oh, and CM Punk, I guess, but I mean, he didn't go back to WWE.
Yeah. They said something about Ronda was going to come back.
I hope fucking not.
Well, she got pregnant.
So just put it out there. You guys could join. It doesn't have to just be swag.
Right?
Yeah, I'm still at
Yeah.
work. I'm muting my
There's a
mic
lot of
every
people
fucking-
Yeah, a bunch of
chiming in.
people.
I genuinely appreciate you participating in the conversation in the chat. But if you want to say it out loud,
That's right. Feel free to join. I just put the link in.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Dan Severn.
Yep, Dan the Beast. Yep. He actually just lives like 45 minutes away from me.
Oh man, we got so many wrestlers by me. It's crazy. Eric Rowan, X-Pac, fucking Curtis Axel.
you run into him at the gas station.
I ran into Eric Rowan at the Renaissance Festival. I have a picture of that I can put in the Discord for you guys later.
Hell yeah.
I literally can't wait to see it.
Yeah. It's like I'm sure it'd be like a before and after picture.
Nah, that motherfucker's tall as fuck, boy.
Yeah, and he like fucking 6'9" or 6'10".
So I think it'd be a lot more difficult to be that tall than like you think about. You know,
Oh,
because
yeah,
most
without
of
a
us are
doubt.
normal size. You know, and like it's like the worst things that you wouldn't be able to do, like fit in an airplane bathroom, or you know, like I don't know, sit comfortably where you have to like catch a ride somewhere. You know, like now you're stuck.
Porta potties and
Yeah,
gathering showers and
anywhere where your knees have to stick out when you're
Yep.
sitting down.
you know, and I know how difficult that shit is for me, and I'm really not, you know, I'm not an enormous guy, but
How
I'm
tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Oh, okay, so you're decently tall though.
Yeah. And decently fat, so I don't fit a lot of places well.
But anyway, when we left off with the fucking AEW, you guys were talking about like the older guys that can still go. Like besides CM Punk, who do you think they got?
Christian can still go pretty good. I mean, he's you know, just took a belt from fucking Kenny Omega, the Impact belt. Other than that, I mean, Sting, you know, he's in there, but he's there. I mean, he's had one match.
Oh, Sting had a match there?
It was
Yeah,
a somatic match, so he could be protected.
No, he had another match after that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Shows
but
how
yeah,
much I watch.
the cinematic one was such a fucking insult. I mean, it was such bullshit.
Are you talking about the WWE cinematic one?
No, the AEW one.
Oh, okay, because
was-
like I haven't watched a lot of them, but I did see I did watch all of the fucking Undertaker shit after he retired.
Mm-hmm.
They started putting out all those interviews, and they showed like the behind the scenes of the cinematic match that they did for his final match, because it just like, I don't know, it just bummed me out so much that his last match wasn't a real match, but because he's such an old school like mentality, you know, to
Yep.
the business, and it just bummed me out that it wasn't in a ring. But like watching basically it was a documentary that they had filmed over the course of like his last 5 years or so. Not a lot of footage each year. It's just like, you know, him getting ready for his one match that year and blah blah blah. But like seeing how hard it was for him to get into physical shape enough to do a match, and then watching the behind the scenes thing where they talked about how many hours like were put into that match, like, you know, it's like, I don't know, 12 minutes or whatever in the fucking final form, but they spent like, I don't know, 18 hours filming it.
Yeah. But they didn't, you know, that's the thing is the cinematic matches, like you said, 18 hours to film a short match, and it was decent, but the one they just did for AEW was fucking complete garbage. It was horrible.
Why do you think AEW is doing that?
To keep up with everybody else. I mean, Sting wasn't ready for a real match yet. I mean,
yeah, it was his first match back, and
I'm honestly surprised that he's even fucking wrestling. Like I was under the impression that his health was in a way that he didn't want to like be in the ring anymore.
I mean, for a dude over, I think he's almost 60.
Exactly.
He actually takes, bumps pretty good. I mean, he's kind of got the shit beat out of him a couple times, and for an old guy, he's taking it pretty decently.
Yeah. I mean, I just know what it feels like to take a fucking bump at my age, and like, I can only imagine what it feels like to do that 20 years older than me.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do it now at all. Oh yeah, Tommy Dreamer was another one.
Here's a question. We can talk about people from WWE going to AEW all day, but who do you think is going to be the first person? Well, let me ask this: who do you think is going to be the first person from AEW to go to the WWE? Like, who's going to be the first person to jump that ship? I think it's going to
go. Are you asking to go back or to have grown up in AEW and then like moved on to WWE? Okay.
I'm going to say Wardlow.
I could see that. Wardlow still needs a bunch of work, though. I mean, he's got some good talent, but he still definitely needs some work.
Can we go back to Tommy Dreamer for a second?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Sorry for derailing.
So, you said he's wrestling now for AEW?
No, that was just one that...
He's on Impact, the greatest wrestling promotion ever made.
That's the new TNA, right?
No.
No?
Yeah, no, Impact is TNA, yes.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It is TNA. It's not... It is TNA.
Oh, okay, so it's not the new TNA, it's just TNA?
Yeah, TNA Impact.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought like when it changed ownership, they'd changed like part of the name or something. Obviously, I was wrong. Anyway, the point of the story is that you're saying that Tommy Dreamer wrestles for TNA Impact now.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys know he has his own promotion on the East Coast?
Yeah, House of Hardcore, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the name. Oh, Just My Luck thinks that Adam Page is going to be the first one to go to WWE.
I don't know. I feel like he's too big. Like, he's too big of an asset for AEW. Like, I don't know. I mean, I could see it, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a big man.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a large name. I mean, I could see Brian Cage doing it. Because he is getting no... I mean, he's getting nothing in AEW. I mean, if you ever watch, the Lucha Underground, that dude can go. I mean...
Eddie's a Vince McMahon wet dream. You know what I'm saying? Big fucking jacked up man.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he's really decent on the mic. He's got good stage presence, good ring presence. He's definitely got the physique that McMahon has always went for. The big muscle-bound balloon animals, I mean, they call him the Swolverine for a reason. Most people get cortisone shots in their lips. This motherfucker gets it in his chest. I mean...
Yo, Fat Jesus was right. This might be the gayest fucking podcast on here.
You think so? Hey, this the inaugural show, man. Next week, we'll start going back to the classics because that's where wrestling in the past was the greatest wrestling ever made, even to this day. I mean, the only reason wrestling is so big now is because of all the media sources you can watch it at. You know, it's merchandising, it's promos, it's games.
Well, you could argue that it's less big now because their ratings are way less than what it was.
Right. I feel like a lot of people are more consuming their wrestling, media through like YouTube and shit. Because if you look on like WWE's YouTube, like that's where they're getting their views, not so much like TV anymore, which is dumb. But
Well, you know what I think is a lot of young people don't watch TV channels anymore.
No, everything is all online.
And like a lot of adults, you know, or even like people in their 50s and 60s, they're, you know, like they might watch the news on TV, but then they just turn on Netflix or they turn on Hulu or whatever, and people don't fucking watch network channels anymore.
Macho Man for sure fucked Stephanie McMahon, and that's why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I was getting ready to comment on that too. I mean, Stephanie back, 15 years ago was, I thought she was pretty fucking smoking hot, but
Stephanie McMahon could still get it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly, that like after the whatever she's done over the years, I think she looks better now than she did 10 years ago.
You think so? I don't.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Man, can you imagine what it would have been like to been in fucking Triple H's head when he used to think that China, when she still looked like a man, was hot?
I mean, even after she had fucking plastic surgery, she still looked like a man.
Yeah, but when she got like her chin, like when it got shaped from Jay Leno's chin to like a somewhat looking female chin, like that helped. And like the balloon tips helped.
Yeah. Did you ever watch One Night in China?
I saw a portion of it. I didn't have the strength to watch it all.
I was just gonna bring it up. Her clit looks like a little dick. Her clit might be bigger than my dick, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I had to watch it.
That's not even saying much.
I had to watch it 5 or 6 times just to make sure.
The check it against Swags.
I still try and see it, but I mean,
I thought you were comparing the pictures side by side on your computer.
I mean, I can't zoom in close enough to compare with Swag, so. God, I do wish I could share this fucking picture of him and Eric Rowan. It looks like a special needs kid got his wish at a fair.
I was fucking drunk off mead. Wasted, and I just like look behind him and I see it's fucking Eric Rowan, and I'm like, this is a dumb question, but I just gotta ask, you're Aaron Rowan, aren't you? And he's like, no, of course.
God, he's a fucking monster though, man. Yeah, that's exactly right, Slim. I had to watch it a couple times. There was no yellow Jeeps in the vicinity, but I still watched it a couple more times. He said that clit looks like a cock. I better watch this again.
Yep. Man, did you ever see the fucking She-Hulk one?
Yes.
And the fucking wrestling one?
Yep.
I never made it through all of them, but I did, or like through each one. And I watched a portion of each one. I didn't watch all of them. That's too much.
I'm a nerd. Of course, I watch fucking anything that has to do with comic books and wrestling. I mean, I grew up in nerd.
Like, what's your what was your favorite comic? Like, not just like an individual issue, but what was your favorite comic when you were a kid?
My favorite comic, Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, awesome. Yeah.
Yep. Always. I still have all my original Ghost Rider comic books.
Is that what got you into comic books? Just because it was like the cover looked badass, the motorcycle, the flaming skull.
No, I was in comic books, before that, with the old Superman comics and shit like that.
Okay.
And then, then I had a lot of time where, all I had was comics and shit. So I really got into comics a lot. Still got 95% of the comic books from when I was a kid.
How many of the classic issues that you own are worth a lot of money now?
Oh, maybe a dozen out of the 500-600 that I owned.
Are they not as valuable because you read them all a bunch of times when you were a kid, or are they not as valuable because they're just not rare?
They're just not extremely valuable. I mean, when I started getting into comic books was because of a buddy of mine's dad was into comic books. So I learned as soon as I started reading comics that, you look through them once, you're very careful with them, and then you put them in a sleeve.
You didn't go back and reread stuff?
If I wanted to, I would go buy another one.
Okay.
Because when I first started buying comic books, they were $0.25.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, of course. So then it's just no issue at all to buy as many readable issues.
Yeah, because that was back when a newsstand was still a thing.
Did you ever just double up and just buy two, just never even take one out and fucking read the other one?
Certain ones I did, especially like my Ghost Rider ones, because I knew I was going to collect them. I was going to, in my mind, I was going to keep them for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, after all the years of doing different things, it's great that you're able to hang on to those, in good condition and stuff.
Yep. I mean, I went through 4 wives, and about the only thing I've ever kept was my comic books and my CDs.
Yep. Yeah, fucking it reminds me of when I fucking moved out of my parents' house. I didn't take a lot of shit with me, It's I had my CD collection, the clothes, and, a few things, and that was all I took.
Yep. Yep. Post this in here. Maybe we can get somebody else to come in.
Yeah, apparently Swag knew how to go vacuum or something.
Yeah, he must have got caught in the stairwell vaping.
Yep. I mean, if there's something that should be punishable, it's stairwell vaping.
100%. And looking like a leprechaun weevil.
Yeah. So, tell me about Chris Jericho's part of AEW now, right?
Yes. He's one of the originals of AEW. Now, he's had the faction, the Inner Circle, quite a while now. He tore his elbow, so he still wrestled through all that.
When he goes on tour with Fozzy, does he be like, "Hey, I'm going on tour with Fozzy. I'll see you guys in 3 months"?
Nope, he doesn't. I mean, just like tonight, he was on AEW tonight, and tomorrow at the same time, I'm going to see him on stage at the concert here because Fozzy's playing here tomorrow.
Are you going?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've never seen Fozzy live. I've heard it's a good show.
Yeah. Yeah, more than likely I'll probably pop in during This Sucks while I'm there.
Oh, yeah, that'd be badass. Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm hoping that I think that they're going on because it starts at 8 and there's 2 opening bands and then Fozzy goes on. So it should be right about right around 10 o'clock, I imagine.
Well, I'll tell you how you figure out what time they go on. Whatever time the venue has to stop being loud, subtract an hour or an hour and a half, depending on the band from that.
Well, we have no noise ordinance in our town, so...
Oh, okay. So who knows then?
Exactly.
Every venue I go to has a fucking noise ordinance, so the show fucking is going to be done by 11:30. So you subtract from there. But honestly, I typically try to show up like as soon as the fucking show starts. I get to watch all the bands, even if the opening band sucks ass. But like if I have to be late because I can't leave until a certain time for whatever reason, like usually kids, then I fucking like time out my shit. So like I have to leave by this time to get there.
Yep.
I remember one time I fucking drove 7 hours there and back to go watch Lamb of God. Like I fucking drove there, got there like right before they fucking started. Like they'd and so I ran into a friend of mine there because I got there like at the intermission between like the two acts, like 5 minutes before they went on, and I ran into him and like we grabbed a fucking beer and went back to like where his seat was. Like my seat was on the other side of the fucking venue, so I wasn't gonna bother walking all the way over there. So I just fucking chilled with him. We watched the Lamb of God play, and then after that, like I just chilled with him, and then Slipknot was on, and so like Slipknot started. I watched like the first like 3 songs, and then I went and bought my Lamb of God tour shirt and left, and like had to be back home in time to let the babysitter go home. So
At least you still got to see Slipknot.
did I see Slipknot 4 times or 5 times? I don't remember, but I've never gone to see Slipknot.
Oh, I have a couple times. Have you?
Every time I watched them, I always went for the other band that they were touring with.
Speaking of Lamb of God, have you seen a new supergroup, Lamb of God?
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually. I don't know if you heard the new single, but
Wake me up before I break
it's
you.
fire, as the kids say.
Oh shit! Everybody's sharing their wrestling pictures in the Discord.
I don't even have any wrestling pictures.
I do, but they're all taken with a real camera and shit. Cause
Yeah.
well, I take that back. I got some AEW pictures from Evolution in Jacksonville, but
I don't know, like everybody else like documents so much of their life and shit all the time. And like it was just never a thought in my mind to document shit.
yeah.
And like I'm still not in that mindset, even though it happens all around me.
Yep. I don't ever think. I mean, when I'm having doing something, my first thought isn't, well, let me pull out my phone and take a picture of this, moment.
Yeah.
When
I never think about it, dude. I went to a million shows. I could have so many fucking awesome fucking pictures where I like being, like right in the front of the pit or like, like first, second row at 100 bands, 200 bands, like awesome pictures if I'd been into that, but it just never occurred to me to even fucking do it. I just never even thought about it.
Brooklyn said he's got pictures he took from a WWF house show back in the 80s.
Dude, Brooklyn, Minnesota has so many fucking cool pictures of old shit.
Literally every wrestler in the pictures are dead now. Well, fuck, don't take my pictures then. Seems like you got a fucked up camera. I mean, I remember, they had a bunch of wrestling that always came to Fort Wayne here, and we went to probably 6-7 shows a year. And so as a young kid, I got to meet, all the, huge stars, Undertaker, Andre the Giant, everybody that, is in a Hall of Fame. That's who I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, when it was back, when it was the Hart Foundation. And
so were you ever a toy collector?
oh yeah, I still have some.
At what era did you become a wrestling toy collector?
Let's see, I probably would have been 7 or 8. So it was the first generation of toys, I believe. Ultimate Warrior, Road
Are you
Warriors.
talking about the LJN figures?
Yes.
All right. So to clarify, you're talking about the very large hard rubber figures.
Yes. The ones that are
Okay.
about the size of a newborn baby.
Yeah, they're about 8 inches tall, typically.
No, I'd say the ones that I had were probably 11 to 12.
I don't know. Maybe it's just our perspective on remembering them, but like I have a pretty large LJN collection. I don't actually have all of them, like the ones that were released only in Canada. I don't have any of those. And like there's some from like there's 5 years of them, and I have everything from the first 3, and some from 4, and some from none from 5, because 5 was the Canada only year.
Yep. You remember
So I
the
have all
cartoon?
Go ahead.
You remember the cartoon that they used to have?
I do not remember watching it as a kid, but I did watch it
was
later.
Called...
Not sure if anybody's hearing me. I'm not hearing any audio at all. Oh, I heard some sound there. Oh, I heard a sound again.
You heard a sound?
Yep, now I can hear you.
It was Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Remember that cartoon?
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember watching it as a kid, but I was aware of it as an older kid and saw some of it.
I had a bunch of toys from that. The only ones I have left now, I have the Bean Blossom car.
Mm-hmm.
That used to haul them all around, and I have one Junkyard Dog figure left.
Nice. Which, do you have the chain still?
Yes, I do.
What color chain?
Silver.
Oh, okay.
Gray.
Yeah, that's the one I have. It's the most common one.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to collecting that figure in particular, I have about 6 of them. But like I just kept getting ones. Like my strategy to collecting a large amount of figures at one time was to buy lots of them, like LOTS, as in like I'm selling a lot of it's not a lot, like I'm selling a lot, but in eBay terms, they refer to it, so a large group of something, as a lot. And so not with the A included, just with the LOT is what I'm trying to say. I know I'm over explaining this, but it still sounds like I'm saying the wrong word in my mind. Anyway, the point is that I've acquired multiple figures of that one, but I chose to go with the gray as my collectible one because like that's what color a chain is, really. It isn't red or black.
Yep.
Like,
and what'd you say was the rare one of that?
the red is the rarest one, but
Rare.
the black one's almost as rare as the red.
Gotcha.
The most common is the gray. Like, dude, there's so many fucking like weird little collector things if you get into it. Like, the fucking they included the jobber guys in the thing, which is pretty cool because like if you watched wrestling on TV back then, it was only fucking stars versus jobbers, and so they included jobber wrestlers in the fucking like toy set so that you could have all your stars fight the jobber instead of fight each other, like which you never saw as a kid because you didn't go to the live events. But the point of it is that the one jobber who wears the fucking army uniform, there's three versions of him, and they're physically different because it's actually in the mold as opposed to just the paint being different because they're made in different countries.
Oh, okay.
And so with the sergeant, whatever his name is, I can't think of it.
Sergeant Slaughter?
No, not Sergeant Slaughter. I'm talking about the jobber guy.
Oh,
like he was in one of the WrestleManias actually, I can't remember which one off the top of my head, but one of the first ones. But there's a clean cut version, there's a stubble version, and there's a bearded version. And you can see if you have the close enough picture or you have the figure, you can see that there's a different mold to the face where there's a difference between the bearded and the stubble. And obviously the clean cut's easy to tell.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, so I only have 2 versions of him. I have the clean cut and the stubble, which are the easiest ones to get.
Yep.
And I could easily buy the fucking bearded one because it's for sale every day, but people want too much money for it. It's just not worth fucking $120 or whatever people are paying nowadays.
Jesus. Quite a bit.
I think the most I ever paid for one figure on its own was $60. So it's my Hogan with the white shirt, which isn't hard to come by, but it's hard to come by in good condition. Hearing that little dog bark reminded me, I thought Captain Planet was here for a second.
Nope, I have a little dog too. It is a Chihuahua Shih Tzu mix. And it looks like Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Man, I had a lot of fucking Ninja Turtle figures too when I was a kid.
I had quite a few, but my cousin had, I think, every single one that they ever come out with.
Wow.
I mean, I had, just, the basics. I had the Turtles, Splinter, Shredder, and that was it.
So I had several more than that. I had Rocksteady and Bebop, which are my favorites as a kid.
Yep.
And they weren't my favorites on the show, but like when it came to the action figures, I thought they were the coolest looking ones out of all of them by far. But I had the Skeletor, I had the or Skeletor. So my brain switched over to fucking He-Man.
Yep.
I never got the fucking Krang one. I always wanted that one when I was a kid. I had a couple foot soldiers.
Is that a chew shit? Yeah, pretty much.
What is that? I don't even know what that means, Captain Jerk.
My dog, because it's a Shih Tzu. And
oh, a Shih Tzu. Yeah, I got it.
we call it a Chihuahua most of the time. Hey. What up, though?
Drunk Bill says this show needs more Big Will.
Yes.
What up, Chad? Instead of Big Will, we got Chad.
Yeah. Which is
a man who's seen his own dick in this last decade.
Yes.
I mean, granted, it was 9 years ago, but still.
Oh, what do you got there?
Oh, can you full screen, Chad?
Yes, I can.
Chad, can you turn your camera sideways?
There you go. That is cool.
Is he showing us the lower shelf, or?
Yeah, I think so. Keep going down. There's all his G.I. Joes.
Go up to the second shelf. I just got all of them on the wall. Nice.
Yeah. Fucking nerd. Those are cool.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, you just found out why Chad's broke.
Yeah. Well, I was getting ready to ask if that's something you collected over the years or you just started collecting as you got older.
Me or Chad?
Chad. Well, apparently that's show and tell and not talk and tell.
Maybe it's too late for him to talk. There's some quality He-Man figures there.
Yeah.
And I have a collection of all of the He-Man figures except one or two of the fucking stupid rare ones, which go for ridiculous money, and because they're the fucking worst toys that they put out in the entire line, the absolute worst ones that not one kid was dumb enough to buy, and that's why they're so rare today.
He's got the Cobra Jet and everything.
Yes, I never got into collecting G.I. Joe shit, but it's super cool stuff. Some of the fucking aircraft carrier is unbelievable. That I don't know if you ever seen that giant thing.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I've never.
So that aircraft carrier is over $1,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. But it's so fucking big, though. Like, most people don't have a spot in their house to set it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because isn't it like, over 2 foot
It's like
long?
6 feet long.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen the big one then.
Yeah, dude, it's like 5 or 6 feet long by like a foot and a half, 2 feet wide.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was fucking epic, dude. If you were a rich kid and you got that when you were a kid, dude, that would have been the ultimate toy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you would have been legendary.
Yeah.
And he left.
Yeah. Fear. Do you still have the Castle Grayskull? I have 2 of those, and I have 2 of the He-Man ones. My first one's pair didn't have all of the parts included, so I got to get a second pair. So like my fucking snake microphone still has the spring that vibrates, and I still got the fucking trap door and like all those little pieces that everybody fucking lost when they were a kid. The little chair that turns.
So
I
Michael
bought it all
Wallace said he
I
used
bought
to
it
have,
all for my kids when they were little.
and then you stole their toys.
Well, they just quit playing with them, and then they became my collection.
Michael
They were
Wallace
their
said he
toys
used to have
until
one. Sold it at
Yeah.
a yard sale when he was a teen. Used to have one, what? The Castle Grayskull
probably.
or the aircraft carrier?
Oh yeah, did you have a fucking aircraft carrier? Because if you sold that, you're a fucking idiot. If you sold the castle, I don't care.
Yeah. Both.
I like how in less than an hour, just 2 of us on the panel turned the conversation into toys instead of wrestling.
Because we were talking about wrestling toys.
Yep, that's what I told you. We just start fucking agreeing on shit, and then it just goes from there.
Yep,
But,
everybody's got too much fear to come on.
Yep. But man, I fucking did you get into the Hasbro collecting?
I did a little bit, but without my lawyer present, I can't really say what happened, that I wasn't allowed to play with toys after that.
I understand.
So I didn't really get into, I didn't have a chance to get into the, a lot of it because we weren't allowed to have toys.
Yeah. Yep, man, I never got into collecting the Hasbros. Like, it just seemed lame to me. Like, they didn't move.
Yeah, they were real cheap.
I mean, like, I don't know. I loved wrestling. So, like, I got into wrestling when I was in kindergarten, about 5 years old. And I went over to my friend's house, and he had a fucking VHS tapes of wrestling matches. And we threw that shit in, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. It was like fucking... like superheroes fighting each other on TV.
Yep.
Like how could it get any cooler than that? And so like I was fascinated by the huge guys. What up, Mike? And then I never got into the fucking Hasbros because they were just like super small. Because like the wrestling figures that I knew were ones that my friends had, which were the LJN figures, which are fucking humongous, and like you could. Like they didn't move, but you could bend their arms and shit. And you play with them, and like, it was so much fun. They were humongous, and then like they went to these fucking like 3-inch tall hard plastic jobs, and it was just like fuck, these toys suck ass. Wasn't until they fucking invented the fucking like super bendy ones now that they have now that I bought a couple, but I just bought them as like fucking shelf figures.
Yeah. Well, hell, these new ones, I mean, they got 16 points of articulation and
Oh yeah, there's more than that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
depending on what line of figures you buy.
Yep.
And I don't know if you ever got into the fucking wrestling figure shit, but I got into it hard. Like when I started collecting that LJN shit, and there's a whole fucking podcast done by two guys who used to be in WWE.
Oh.
One of them is what's his fucking name? That's the silly douche. I can't. His name will come to me. He like had that catcher like hey hey hey, or like yo
Fat
yo
Albert?
yo or whatever. No, yeah, Fat Albert. Yeah,
He's like, hey, hey, hey.
yeah. I can't remember his fucking name. I always thought he was a douche when he was in the WWE, but anyway, the point of the story is that there's two wrestling guys that do a wrestling figure podcast, and like they just super nerd out on all the shit, and they got their collections are fucking unreal.
Oh, I bet. I mean, they probably got, fucking 3-4 rooms dedicated to that shit.
Well, they cram it all into one, actually, but like it's just the fucking dollar amounts, dude. Like the one guy, the main guy who was like pretty popular in WWE at one time. I don't know why I can't think of his douche name, but
Zack Ryder and
yes,
Brian
yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Thank you, Swag.
So Zack Ryder's fucking collection is unreal, dude. He's got stuff that's like figures that are worth 10 grand and above, like each one.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. I mean,
like he has fucking like prototypes, like the fucking molds that came from the factory shit of like super rare figures. Like he has one for a figure that never actually came out. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you're super nerdy into LJN shit, you would know that they have a Miss Elizabeth figure. And if you're even more nerdy, you would know that the guys at the fucking factory made some naked Miss Elizabeth figures.
really?
And there's a few of them floating around the internet. The last one I saw on eBay was listed for $14,000, but nobody bid on it. But I do know that Zack Ryder fucking owns one of those, and I don't know what he paid for it, but it had to be near the $10,000 mark to have a naked Miss Elizabeth figure that was never mass produced.
Jesus. I mean, Miss Elizabeth was, just probably one of the most gorgeous fucking female.
I'm not trying to disagree with you, but what I'm saying is he owns a $10,000 naked Barbie doll.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just, I mean, for 10 grand, you could probably go buy one, a real human.
You could have bought a fucking. You probably could have bought 3 wives from Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Right. Like a harem of love dolls.
Yeah, it's crazy what people pay for collectibles, though. I mean,
you know what else is funny about that is that it's fucking on display at his house, buried. Like if you imagine a glass cabinet, like Swagnito has one that's similar to it, where it's like a glass cabinet, it's like a 2-foot square inside, and like it's just packed like fucking like nuts to butts with fucking wrestling figures. And if you can imagine taking that $10,000 fucking naked Miss Elizabeth and like sticking her like 3/4 of the way back so that she can never be seen, like that's what I'm gonna do with my money. I'm gonna buy this toy and I'm gonna hide it way back here.
I wouldn't. I'd have that shit in its own little case.
Well, he has a wife and a daughter, I think.
And?
I think that's why he hides it. But
I used to have all kinds of like cool shit when I was a kid, like all the Transformers stuff. A lot of my shit was hand-me-down, so we had. Did
you have the fucking track mat for the original NES?
Yes. No, I didn't. I don't think I did. No, I may have.
Ooh,
yeah,
I
did.
I got that for Christmas when I got my NES. It came with the track mat and the fucking orange gun.
Yep.
I had that shit fucking arm controller thing at one point, man.
Oh, I never had the Power Glove.
Power Glove? Shit, man. I still have one.
You still have one?
Yep.
You gotta be a ninja to fucking get that shit to work right, man.
Mike, do you have free tattoo space on either hand?
A little bit, like on this side.
On that side, okay, so it doesn't work. It doesn't
Why?
work.
What's up?
I know the scientist doesn't either. Well, I was just saying you should get the power glove tattooed.
Oh
That'd be-
yeah, that would be.
That'd be
And
dope.
then the
I
other
stole
side.
that idea from old fucking Black Dahlia murder DVD.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. Fucking yeah, I used to have all kinds of that old school shit,
Oh,
man. But like,
this got my interest.
I left my house when I was like 15, so I like a lot of my toys and shit all got left behind.
Are
They're,
you
you know,
are you talking about the Power Glove, Captain Jerk?
all of it, man. Okay,
Pretty cool. I guess I never
Yeah.
thought about that. I just have it in a vacuum seal bag.
My homie's the one who hooked me up. Like my parents were friends with this
Oh.
family, man, and they used to hook us up with like their toys and shit sometimes, man. Like when they were like clean, because they had all kinds of shit. We'd go visit, and it was like being in Toys R Us, and fucking. I remember they didn't like take shit care of their stuff, and they would have so much shit they would just like give it like yard sale it and shit, and that's how I got the aircraft carrier. And yeah, that bitch was huge.
Holy shit,
And
you actually had one?
and it was, yeah, I had one, dude. I had one. It was missing some pieces. It wasn't like 100% because it had been played with, and then I played
Yeah,
with
but
it.
still.
Yeah.
It was so cool, and it was. I remember it being like almost double the size of me. Like it was big, man. It was long, and like it would like open up, and it had all like the multi levels and shit.
Yep.
It was pretty cool, man. It was like a dollhouse for fucking boys.
Yeah, I mean, that was really the point of it. You know, you can put the figures inside of it and shit.
Yeah, dude, I had a ton of them, man. He gave me like all kinds of them. I had the motherfuckers that, what's his name, that changed color in the dark or whatever, man.
Zoltan?
Yeah, Zoltan. I had fucking, I had a whole bunch of them. I had a bunch of the Cobra figures because I thought Cobra was just the shit. I always, for some reason, even as a kid, used to root on the bad guys.
I mean, well, a lot of people did. I mean, both sides of the, was pretty popular figures.
Right. I had a ton of He-Man stuff too, but I wound up like giving that to my little brothers. I had Grayskull. I had a bunch. In fact, when my parents passed away and I went through all of my stuff, I've got a couple bins of like those toys and stuff like that. Man, I remember I saw them there. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, I have the Pee Wee Herman, man. The original like doll Pee Wee Herman with like the whole thing, his whole fucking house, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The Playhouse and Cherry.
Yeah,
and
man.
All that.
I don't have the house, but I have like Cherry, and I have the screen one, and the fucking what is the boombox guy. It's been so long since I watched that shit. That was my shit as a kid. Probably explains how I am. That and He-Man, dude. Because even shit, my rabbit's name is Orko. I named my rabbit after a He-Man character. So
Zartan. Captain Jerk said Zartan was a badass figure. He sold his in 2011. How much did you get out of it? Oh.
Right, he was the one that if you got wet, he changed color.
Yes.
You remember the Hot Wheels that would change color in warm water?
Yep.
Hell yeah, I remember when that shit came out, dude. I still have my Hot Wheel cars, dude. My parents saved them. They threw them in the fucking attic. And I've got like one of the big steering wheel cases that held the cars. I've got a couple of the other like lunchbox looking things, man, that held the cars. I still have them, but all mine were like heavily played with.
Yep. So when I bought my LJN collection, I only bought played with figures. And so like I just bought all of the like best condition played with ones, but like even the ones that are in really good shape, you can tell were played with.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what they were supposed to be done, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not worth it to spend the money on the ones that are fucking flawless, dude. They're fucking.
You're
Steel
right,
face.
Saucy Time. It was in the sun. That's right. He changed color in the light. You're right. I knew he changed color. I just forgot how he changed color. But the cars, yeah, the cars, they did that wet. I think they did the light too, like where it was they had the heat paint on some of them, and then later on they had it where if you got them wet, they would change color too.
Yeah, I only remember putting mine in the sink to fucking change them.
Right? Oh, this my homie got all kinds of cool shit, man. Dartan. That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. I miss my toys, and they just don't make toys like they used to. Like, I know the times are completely different. There's no way like action figures really would hold a child's imagination now that they have like VR and like a million other things that they can
Well,
do.
it's like that. Like, I think what you're really saying is that kids don't have an imagination anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of been taken away. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, like I was in the yard, I was out playing in like the neighborhood or whatever, and until like it started getting dark, or you heard your mom yelling for you, and I remember if mom had to yell twice, I was like getting my ass whipped.
Yeah,
So
I
like
do
that
remember
meant,
those swag.
right? If she had to yell twice, it meant I was too far away from the house. So that meant instant ass whipping.
Swag
Those are
set.
so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
swag
can't
has
believe
to-
you bought one of those fucking swag. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That sweating
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
toys.
they sweated,
Yep. Yeah, they had all the fucking figures from the Attitude Era sweated.
yeah. So you
They
have a
looked like
gangrel one,
Incredible
so you'd
Hulk
have one that sweat
versions.
all the time.
I
Yeah,
have
they're all
I think
fucking like super muscled out, like gorilla proportioned, and they
Yep.
fucking sweated. It was so
I
fucking
have
stupid.
I have the old rubber wrestling dolls. I still have two of them. I have the Iron Sheik and
What up,
fucking
though?
What up, though?
oh what's up, homie?
What's happening?
Fucking I have the Iron Sheik and Hulk Hogan, I believe still. I think they made it
Oh, that's
through.
dope, Brooklyn.
Yeah, it is.
That's really cool.
And if I know Brooklyn, it's probably perfectly preserved somewhere.
I'm
You
sure.
had the Iron Sheik and Hulk Hogan. What?
Yeah, remember the original? I don't know if you remember the original like rubber dolls like that they made like the action figures that like you could
Yeah,
bend a
the
little bit. They didn't
LJ1.
have yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't I didn't know what they were called. I just remember they didn't have wire in them or anything. But
Yeah,
they were just
Catch
like
what he said.
I had the ring too.
yeah,
It had
because
that little
LJN
ring.
also made the like bendy ones with the wire in them,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
they're
didn't
like
ever get
7
those.
inches tall instead of 12.
No.
Yeah. And they fucking like the wire in them would
Word.
break after a while or pop through the fucking arm.
It pretty much looks brand new. Yeah, of course it
Yeah.
Of course it does.
He's got his game his toy game like my charm game, man.
What's
That's dope,
what's
man.
Brooklyn talking about?
Who
Toys.
fucking knows?
does. He was talking about I collected some gay porn from the 70s. It still has in good shape.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Those
It was
sideburns.
a lot harder to
I got
get
some
gay porn
from the
back then.
70s still in a.
He's talking
Pretty good
about
condition.
a Amigo Star
Yeah, you
Trek
had to-
alien from the 70s.
The Migos, like I know collectors are so
wow.
fucking hyped on the Migo figures, but to me they always looked like fucking little dolls. Like they just looked not. It didn't look like a boy's
Wrestling
toy
buddies.
to me. Dude,
I
the
had a
wrestling
Ultimate
buddies
Warrior
were so fucking cool.
wrestling
Yeah,
buddy.
yep. Man, if you were at the right age when those
the
came
Hogan.
out,
Dumbass
how could
hit
it
the
get
wrong
any cooler?
button. Sorry.
I was born in '88, so that was like right around the time where it would have been cool.
So I was born in '83.
I was born in 79. I'm fucking old, man.
Fuck
Old
off.
ass motherfucker.
Hey man, I fucking look good for my goddamn age, man.
Dude, you look younger than I do.
I was
Right?
born in 76.
Oh hell yeah, so was my wife. That's what's up, man. I think that was a good year to be born, dude. 76, 70, like late 70s, because like growing up in the 80s was shit. People will never understand it. The music was like fucking jumping everywhere, man. Like
I mean,
toys
I'm a
were
fan
cool,
of that
everything
year.
was cool. Yeah, man, I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan.
I love the '80s, man.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the 80s fucking
75.
kicked ass.
Jerks
Oh, we
old.
got to right on.
I went up to.
Yep. Fucking one up me.
Captain Jerk 75, right?
Oh, hell
What
yeah,
up,
Sis.
Jerk?
Siznak says he's got an Ultimate Warrior and a Big Boss Man wrestling.
You
Yeah.
still have that?
Oh, my little brother's got the Ultimate Warrior wrestling buddy, dude. He's still got it. That's cool.
I had the Big Boss Man one. Like, it's not the one that I wanted as a kid, but it was the one that was available at the store when my parents bought it.
Dude,
Chad
Big
wants to know
Boss
if
Man was
anybody
fucking
remembers
dope, though,
Pet
man.
Monster, My Buddy, and Kid Sister.
My brother had a My Buddy.
My Buddy. I had one. I had a My Buddy.
Yeah, but you don't know shit unless you had a glowworm, man.
Right?
What is that?
They remember the glowworms, dude? It
Yep.
was just like a fucking toy. It looked like a
It looked like
caterpillar
a
with a baby
caterpillar, and
doll
you
head on
squeezed
it,
it. Yeah, you
and
squeezed
his
it and
head
it lit up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Sounds
Yep,
like
your
an
own
awesome
little
toy.
personal nightlight.
Right.
what
That's
about
what I
the-
think. That's what it was.
What about the fucking snap bracelets?
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. And then
you
like
fucking-
somebody mysteriously like slit their wrist with one, and they made them plastic after that.
Yeah, the
What?
fucking once they quit being like spring metal, it was fucking shit.
Yeah, dude. I remember those things,
It's
man.
supposed to be spring metal wrapped in a cloth, and that's it. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing else should be considered.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. I remember that shit. I used to have a couple of them, man. I remember.
Uh,
Like,
Do you not know what we're talking about, Kyle?
I kind of spaced out for a second. Say that again.
Oh, we're talking about slap bracelets.
Yeah, oh, no. I know what you're talking about. You fucking like
Oh,
slap
okay.
them onto your wrist, and they kind
They'd,
of almost like this
Spin around your wrist like they complete the circle.
kind of almost like that, but you fucking slap it
Yeah.
on and it completely.
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, I used to be pissed when they get bent because then they would never do it right again.
Yeah. Yep.
Word.
Yeah, I
that
think I was like, go
the
ahead.
aircraft carrier fucking thing that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I played with one of those. My uncle had one, probably like when he was a kid. Then when we went down to Florida for fucking family vacation one time, and he had fucking like the fucking airplanes, and he had that fucking aircraft carrier as well. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing in the world. But I always had the G.I. Joes and shit like that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. When I seen that thing, when I would go over to our friend's house, man, the Richardson's house, we would go over there and they would fucking have like this. They had a big room. It was like a toy room that they would like play in, like their little playroom or whatever. And man, they had like that big boat, man. And I just thought it was like the coolest shit because all I had was like some miscellaneous figures, and I would go outside and fucking play in the dirt with them. Because like I didn't have no like crazy shit, you know. I don't know, but I remember they hooked us up, man. I hooked my family up when
were
we
you
were,
like the
when we were
kid
just
from the
kids.
movie? Were you like the kid from the movie The Boy Who Could Fly? Fucking, with this fucking army fucking people in the backyard blowing them up and shit.
Yeah, I burned up a few Matchbox cars, and there was some funerals for fucking some of the G.I. Joes, man.
Sid
Like-
from Toy Story, all grown up, shit.
You'd have like that one figure, and the rubber band would break inside of it, and you could never fix it again. And then you just blow them up. You'd put like firecrackers on them, dude, and then bury them.
So
Josh
Spooky,
Vaughn
yeah.
said, remember
Yeah,
Lex
Kyle.
Luger in the Stars and Stripes challenge?
I remember that.
I remember that.
I don't
I don't
remember
know
it
if I remember.
as it happened, but I remember fucking watching back on old footage. But I mean, maybe. But Spooky, I was gonna say you had the fucking Big Boss Man.
Oh yeah.
Wrestling fucking thing. Kyle, did you have one as well?
Yes, I did.
You said
Wrestling
Ultimate
buddies.
Warrior?
Yeah, I had the Ultimate Warrior, and I think I had Hulk Hogan as well. The only toys I remember from when I was a kid were pretty much those. The Wrestling Buddies, the My Buddy, and a bunch of Ninja Turtle shit.
Ninja Turtles, man. Hell yeah. I had some. I had the Ninja Turtle van. I remember that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I had that.
I think that was like my big Christmas present. I got the Ninja Turtles, so I could put my Ninja Turtle toys in it.
What were you going to say, the scientist?
I was gonna say that I have the Ultimate Warrior, the Big Boss Man, and Hulk Hogan.
You still have those?
I had.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that is fucking cool. I gotta figure out how to put this fucking picture on here. Hang on.
Spooky, do you still have yours? The Big Boss Man? Maybe at your parents' house
no.
or something?
No, I don't.
Damn. I would love to see one of those things. I see him every now and then at this fucking wrestling store down the street from me. Well, it's not down the street. It's like a couple of miles. But they got a bunch of overpriced shit in there. Bob Backlund does live down the fucking street from me, though. Not exactly sure where, but he lives fucking very, very close by. He's always like chilling.
That's fucking awesome.
Walking in the park with his daughter. I mean, not his daughter, with his wife and shit.
How often do you talk to him?
I've only stopped him one time and talked to him in Avon, Connecticut. Actually, you know, I only stopped him one time at the mall, and I stopped Gene Okerlund one time. It was like around winter, a few years before he passed. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking Gene Okerlund right there. What are you doing here, man? You know, he's like, oh, I'm just here hanging out, shopping with the wife, you know. How are you, fella?
That's dope.
But Uncle Mike has the fucking picture of Bob Backlund putting him in a chicken wing, you know.
Oh, really?
So
That's pretty cool.
Same day we met him at the. I mean, Mike sees him more often, you know, than probably anybody. He just always out in the park, fucking walking around with nothing better to do. But anyways, did you guys watch AEW tonight or not?
Yes, I did.
Bring it back to wrestling. What'd you think?
Where it wasn't very exciting. In my opinion, it had a lot of fillers.
It seemed like a lackluster episode to me.
Yes, it really did.
A filler episode. Like, what are they saving everything for fucking Rampage all of a sudden? Put CM Punk on fucking Dynamite, man. Let him wrestle on Dynamite first. That's their flagship show. You know, I understand they're trying to do this new shit with Rampage or whatever, but
yeah, they really had nothing that was interesting on tonight. I mean, besides fucking Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega kind of going face to face. I mean, we knew we were gonna get a fucking match, you know. Yeah, without a doubt. I'm glad it's not for the championship, though. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Oh, they would have. Yeah, they would have never let that fly. I mean, they can't just. I mean, Bryan Danielson's last match when he left WWE was for the championship. They can't just have him come over to
against
AEW.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it's a three-way. Remember, it was Edge, Roman, and him.
Yeah, that's right. And fucking that was his last match at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't fucking know that. I for some reason thought that they had a fucking a match on SmackDown. Daniel Bryan and fucking Roman Reigns. But like, dude, speaking of, man, like, yo, this whole fucking Big E thing, like, yo, I'm very happy that he won the WWE Championship. But dude, what happens next? You know what I mean? Who is on Monday Night Raw that could take that fucking title from him or give him a decent match, whatever, besides like fucking Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Matt Riddle, you know? Like, you know, I think he's a filler champion until Bill Goldberg fucking wants it back.
Goldberg's done, man.
I hope so, man. Fuck him.
He ain't got nothing left to offer wrestling.
Goldberg's going to be fucking selling guns in Texas with Demolition Ranch this Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a thing where they're trying to sell out a gun store in one day. And it's Demolition Ranch's thing. And he recently became friends with Bill Goldberg via a business deal where they're going to start producing his merch for him. And he's going to start doing a YouTube channel about muscle cars. And either way, I don't think he's coming back.
Maybe him and fucking Braun Strowman could fucking do a YouTube channel about guns and cars and such. Oh, I hate Goldberg. I never liked Goldberg, even when he was in WCW, you know.
He always played fucking movies too.
I thought it was crazy that how many people like got on the fucking Goldberg bad bag. God damn it. Bandwagon, yes. And like he didn't even do anything. Like he never did anything. He was fucking like spear, like
jackhammer,
suplex. You know, like that's fucking the match.
Yeah,
he had a monster truck though.
That's it. Oh shit. I don't even know what the fuck that is, I'm assuming Star Trek or something like that, or maybe even fucking Twilight Zone, maybe.
That's his Meebo
Star
figure.
Trek, Amigo, yeah, Star Trek from the 70s.
That's Brooklyn's.
That looks damn near brand new.
Yeah. Look how bright that fucking
That's
red
funny.
is. It does look.
I was noticing that. Looks like it's never been played with.
Damn.
The Brooklyn probably felt bad about exposing it to light when he took that picture.
Probably,
Yeah, right.
Flashed
What up,
off.
Shayna?
What up, Shayna Ninja? 665.
And I wonder if we'll ever see the 665.
At the way things are going right now, man, who the fuck knows?
Crippler Crossface and a Lion Tamer.
Fuck yeah, man. Yo, what do you guys think about Chris Benoit? Do you guys think
I know he was a great wrestler.
Do you think he's innocent or do you think he's fucking guilty?
Well, since I didn't know him personally, I'm basing my opinion solely on what other people said in shoot interviews who did know him well at that time. And everybody said, like, maybe he went crazy and killed his wife, but, like, I just can't believe that he would hurt his son.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
You think the homie got set up?
I don't think it was connected to the wrestling business, but that's my theory.
Surprise me.
Do you think there's such thing as a wrestling Illuminati?
sure, why not?
I think there's something like that in every situation, like every group. There's a high.
Before I answer, what do you mean wrestling Illuminati?
Like fucking I don't know, man. Like as far as the Chris Benoit fucking shit goes, I read somewhere that fucking like Chris Benoit was starting to fucking talk or yap about certain shit, and Vince McMahon fucking wanted him fucking gone. So having billions of dollars or whatever, I don't see how, it would be hard for Vince McMahon to fucking off Benoit and fucking leave no trail.
Right?
I don't know if that fucking
like on
goes with my Illuminati fucking thing. But I think
who am I supposed to
who-
kick, Siznak? Hang on, Siznak said I'm supposed to kick somebody. Who am I supposed to kick?
Well, I don't know if you guys know or not, but like there's a guy who used to wrestle a long time ago who was super popular at the time called Billy Jack Haynes.
Yep.
Yeah, I know who that is.
And he's a crazy drug addict, if you didn't know. And if you do know, you might know that he did 2 legendary
he
shoot
didn't.
interviews. And the second of the 2 interviews is all about how he believes that Vince McMahon is responsible for Chris Benoit's death. But he was
Shit.
high as a kite when he did that interview, so even though
I
he'll
would
tell
love to
you
hear
he
those.
wasn't high as a kite, you can fucking watch it for yourself and see. But I
Even if he
highly
was
suggest
Even if he was high as a kite.
that you watch both interviews, because the first one is great. He pretty much just talks about like his life and all the crazy things that happened, and then the second one is all fucking drug like paranoia, like weirdness. And I highly encourage you to watch them both. Billy Jack Haynes.
Right on.
Yeah. Some of my
I'm still
favorite
behind on.
shoot interviews I ever watched was with Percy Pringle III. And if you don't know who Percy Pringle
Percy
III is,
Pringle
that's
the
Paul
third.
Bearer.
Yeah, okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of great stories.
Paul Bearer was the shit, man. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, dude. But I
Yeah, it was
definitely
made by
think
RF Video. So I've been a long time customer buying their fucking shoot interviews on DVD. They do a really good job of shoot interviews.
yeah.
But it they don't like every name that's owned by WWE. They don't go by that name in their shoot interviews. So Paul Bearer is Percy Pringle III. Highly recommend that. There's 2 of them. I believe it's like 4 DVDs long if you watch them both.
When he appeared in TNA, that's the name he went by, I believe.
Well, that was his name before he was Paul Bearer.
Right.
Yeah. Like he went from trying to be an actual wrestler when he was like 18
Yeah.
to becoming a referee to a manager. And then that's where he found his calling as a manager. And he actually worked with The Undertaker before either of them were at the WWE.
When he was
In
Mean
fact,
Mark Calloway.
Yeah, when he was Mean Mark, Paul Bearer was his manager at a small promotion, a regional promotion back when he was fucking first starting in the business. Right at the beginning of The Undertaker's career, he was his manager.
When and then he was green.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, now see, I knew some of that, but I didn't know all of that.
Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about a lot of the old guys' stories is how they had anything that they was part of their gimmick, they had to carry with them on the road.
Yeah.
So like if you're Jake the Snake Roberts, that he was responsible. Nowadays there'd be a snake handler, and the snake handler would carry him around, and they get him to the next venue, and the snake handler would take care of him all of the time except for the ring. But back in the day, it was 100% on Jake the Snake Roberts, to fucking carry whatever snake he had at the time around with him. He had to take it to the hotel with him. He had to fucking give it water or food or whatever it needed. And they'd swap out the snakes while he was on the road, every 10 days or so.
Yeah.
But he was responsible for the fucking snake, and a lot of times he'd tell stories about how he'd put the snake in the bathtub at night, and then in the morning it'd just be disappeared, and he'd have to fucking find the snake and pull it out of the bed or wherever the fuck it was from, had gotten, and put it back in the bag. And keep in mind that he had a heavy coke habit and a stripper habit, and you throw all this shit in together, it's a lot of fucking weird.
Did you see
stress.
his Dark Side of the Ring?
Oh
yeah.
On Vice.
But I've seen so many Jake Roberts interviews before that it was I don't know, I didn't get anything out of watching that.
Yeah, that I didn't already know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Jake Roberts fan, and so I fucking anything that he's ever done, I've fucking seen it.
Yeah, I was a big Jake Roberts fan when I was a kid. Jake Roberts, Sting, Bret Hart, those probably my top 3. When I was a kid,
Well,
Like,
when I was a
before
kid,
90
my ultimate wrestler has always been Mick Foley. He's been my favorite since he fucking was Cactus Jack, and then when he fucking appeared as Mankind in those fucking promo shits that they did before he came out, and they made him it's all dark and. Yep.
What about Dude Love?
Dude Love, I did not like that at all. I was I didn't know the backstory on it. I was just what the fuck is happening now? Why are you taking the best guy on the roster and ruining it? Why are you pretending that he's fucking some kind of hair metal? God damn it! What is happening?
See, before 1992, like I said, I was born in '88. I remember watching wrestling as a fucking little ass kid. But after 92, probably until 96 or 97, I completely fucking forgot about wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I moved from California to Connecticut, had a completely fucking different life. You know what I'm saying? And it was, just nothing was the same. And then fucking one day, randomly, I was flicking through the fucking channels, or I was pressing the button on my TV trying to find something to watch, and fucking there was Monday Night Raw. And I just remember this red fucking backdrop fucking curtain, and I don't remember what happened, but I remember I never fucking missed an episode after that. And then I was flicking through the channels, trying to find something else to watch, or what. I mean, I hate commercials, yo. So I'd be flicking through, and then I'd see fucking WCW, oh shit, holy shit, there was fucking Sting, because Sting was my childhood fucking hero. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I remembered him, from back then. Oh shit, there he is, Lex Luger or whatever, Macho Man, and fucking there goes Hulk Hogan. Some familiar faces. I'm oh shit, that's what happened to them.
Which Sting were you introduced to first? Were you
Surfer
the pink
Sting
and blue paint? Oh, okay, yeah, the Surfer
Sting for sure.
Yeah.
And then red, white, and blue fucking Sting with the stars on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were good times, man. I don't really remember much, but I remember seeing them on TV. But Attitude Era, man, forget it.
It was Ultimate. It was the Ultimate Warrior and Sting that came up together, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
They were in a tag team. I forget the name. And at the time, fucking the Ultimate Warrior was Dingo Warrior, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Sting was Sting. Steve Borden. But yeah, Borden. Motherfucking Chris Benoit, innocent. I believe Chris Benoit's innocent. Fucking just to go back to that for a second.
That's right. Raw is war.
Yeah. Dude, him and Eddie Guerrero and fucking Kurt Angle, the matches versus Rey Mysterio, and fucking Dean Malenko, dude, those were some of the. I'll even throw fucking Perry Saturn in there because he was fucking part of the Radicals when they fucking first
before
came
his
to
drug
WWE.
problem.
Yes.
Man, have you seen Perry Saturn recently with his fucking face tattoos and?
Nah, I haven't seen. I haven't seen a recent.
He got into. Well, I mean, you don't have
Michael
to see
Lawless
a recent picture to see that, but
tattoos or
no, he has Michael Lawless has fucking rapper tattoos, so it's a bunch of scribbling, right? It's a bunch of individual little pieces that are just on their face for who knows why. Where it's Perry Saturn got the he got
Jimmy
the fucking
Hart.
Michael. What's it, Mike Tyson tattoo where he just got one big piece on his face.
Shit.
Yeah.
Kyle, is that the Phantom Camper?
This is
next to Jimmy Hart.
No, that's me and my brother and Jimmy Hart at Hogan's Beach.
Oh, okay. The Phantom Camper.
The Phantom Camper.
Yeah. The Phantom Camper, dude. Jimmy Hart's fucking cool, though. The mouth of the South.
Well, it's pretty awesome when we got there. I mean, because Hogan Hogan used to own a hotel and a restaurant and shit there in Tampa.
Yeah.
And we get there, because we were going there to eat anyway. And Jimmy Hart was outside talking to some construction workers. And we just walked up, we're standing there, respectable. And he stopped in the middle of talking to, guys that he's trying to direct on building shit. And he's like, "You guys want a picture?" And it's like, "Yeah, that'd be great, whenever you're done." He's like, "Oh, no, these guys will wait." I mean, he come right over, took a fucking picture with us. Then took us inside, gave us a tour of the Hogan memorabilia and shit, All of his belts were there, all of his shit from fucking when he was Thunder Lips and Rocky. His whole outfit was in there, and yeah, he's pretty cool dude.
Good old Thunder Lips. I saw that fucking like literally 3 days ago. Fucking what was it, Rocky 3?
Yeah, Sting has always been whack.
I mean, as a kid, you know what I mean? Fucking, I was, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So I was probably like 4 years old, you know what I mean? Seeing this fucking surfer dude fucking with face paint, I didn't know shit.
Own that shit. I mean, don't back down now. You were a fanboy. You probably had the fucking tassels and the fucking paint and everything.
I'm probably more than
the fucking blonde hair.
No, the blonde hair didn't come till
when you realized that you actually
6th grade.
When you realized you really did love the cock.
Yeah, around then.
Yeah, makes sense.
It was like 6th grade or so. But yeah, no, I dyed my hair in the first place because fucking.
Dude, I was just
the Slim Shady LP. Hold on. The Slim Shady LP or something like that.
The Ravens Flock.
And then I dyed my hair, worst thing I could have ever fucking done, dude. I dyed my hair like fucking Eminem, dude. Like first day of school, thinking it would be cool as fuck, dude. It came out fucking orange, like this fucking bucket right here, dude. And people called me Onion, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah, so I got made fun of for that. So, hell yeah, Ravens fucking flock, man.
Oh shit, fucking Licks is in the chat. What up, Licks?
What up, Licks? Yo, Licks is a cool ass dude, man.
Yeah, Ravens flock was the shit, man. I was just talking about this the other night with everybody.
Yeah,
I loved Ray.
When I think of ECW or fucking anything like that, bro, New Jack comes to my mind immediately. Yeah. Just fucking one of the rawest dudes to ever fucking wrestle, man. And he wasn't even really a wrestler, yo. He was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out there and kick your ass." Go.
Yeah, kind of like, I can't remember. I think it was Cisnack in the chat earlier brought up fucking Brooklyn Brawler. You remember him?
Yeah.
Had the tour fucking cut off fucking sweatshirt. And
yeah.
Dude, he got his ass whipped every match.
Time. Yeah.
But he come out and threw down, though. I mean, he would give it. I mean, you knew in the first 2 minutes of that match that he was going to own it. And then it was always some, stupid fucking, because back in the day, the most devastating move they had was fucking Hogan's leg drop and shit,
Yeah.
It's kind of equivalent to fucking Darby's coffin drop now, It's fucking
dude, to me, the most devastating move, like, especially in, like, the late 90s and the fucking early 2000s, Tombstone fucking pile driver done by fucking Kane or The Undertaker.
Yeah.
It was the most devastating fucking move ever. And then when fucking Undertaker started doing the fucking, the last ride, when he fucking put motherfuckers like 10 feet in the air, dude, and just slammed them down to the earth. That was the best shit ever, bro. And the choke slams, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, remember, like same as the power bomb. I mean, when the power bomb come out, then fucking as soon as it hit, man, JB, he's gonna go to the hospital. Fucking
yeah, right.
They're gonna have to wheel him out of here on a stretcher.
Yeah, like, dude, moves like that. Go ahead.
To me, the most devastating move was always Jake Roberts' DDT.
Oh yeah,
And Dude, like that's what made me such a big Jake Roberts fan. And like the thing about it was like that was when fucking people sold finisher moves.
Yeah.
And so nobody ever fucking did anything after they got hit with the DDT.
Yep.
And so like as a kid, like watching it was just like, holy shit, that's the most devastating fucking dominant move I've ever fucking seen. It's like that guy's like has a broken neck right now.
And that's a problem now, yo. Nobody fucking sells finishers, dude. Like, yo, there should be certain.
Do they do fucking
moves.
finisher moves as opening moves now?
Yeah,
right. There's
It's like that's why they fucking ruined the business. They have no respect for the moves. Like somebody else does the fucking DDT as a finish. Oh, I just do that as the opening fucking move. It means nothing.
Like, dude, the best fucking finishing move that I could think of right now is the fucking one wing angel. You know what I mean? And that's done by Kenny Omega. Or fucking what's that move that Adam Cole does? This something sunrise, and there's like only maybe like 5 fucking top finishing moves
all that is
the
like flipping fucking pile driver.
I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, but fucking Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks and everybody does that now.
Yeah, yo, Lucha Brothers are my favorite in AEW, hands down, dude. I love those dudes, man. They're fucking really talented. Ray Phoenix, man, that kid.
Ray Phoenix is awesome. Penta, I mean, I've liked Penta ever since I seen him in Lucha Brothers.
Lucha Underground?
Yeah, Underground, yeah.
Dude, Lucha Underground fucking, I hear supposedly is about to be resurrected in some way, shape, or form. I hope so.
Yeah, I heard Andrade's thing, in talks to resurrect that. Oh, look, you're talking about Orange Cassidy. The guy that's got his hands in his pockets in the whole match. The master of sloth style.
I don't know what to think of fucking Orange Cassidy yet.
So you could argue that it takes more physical agility to do it with your hands in your pockets.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
he's real talented.
He's really good.
Yeah. Like, yo, when he snaps, you know what I mean? And, like, really starts wrestling or whatever, you're like, oh, shit, where'd that come from? You know? Like, you see, like, bits and pieces of it kind of starting to come.
No, it wasn't in his contract that nobody could kick out of that. The only person who would have a contract like that at that time was Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And I've heard a lot of things about Hulk Hogan and like his contract and the blah blah blah. Like you guys have no idea how much fucking wrestling talk I listen to. It's fucking out of control. But the point of that is that I've never once heard anybody say Hogan has a contract that nobody could kick out of the fucking leg drop. That's just the way that the business worked at that time.
Yeah.
Like the only time people kicked out of finishers was when they planned it to be that way. Like people just did not kick out of finisher moves. Like that's like and like I don't like Jake Roberts invented like a lot of things, like the idea of going for a finisher move at the beginning of the match. Because nobody fucking did that back then, and he would fucking like make a fake so the audience would understand that he was going for it right away, or go for a pin right away. You know, like nobody fucking did that at that time. Like nowadays, you see that, but like all that came from Jake Roberts. Like there's so many things that he was just like had a genius mind for. Dude, if he wasn't such a drug addict, Jake Roberts could have been running WWE. Like shit and teaching young talent fucking years ago, and you'd have so many guys that would be so great nowadays, but like the drugs were too strong for him for so long.
Dude, thank goodness for fucking Diamond Dallas Page for saving Jake Roberts, bro.
Scott Hall.
Yep.
And Scott Hall. Fucking I mean, dude.
Jackknife number 2.
Yep.
I
Yep.
got an all move. All fucking.
Sweet Chin Music and Razor's Edge.
Yeah, Razor's Edge, man. Sweet Chin Music's done way too much these days.
Yeah.
Dude, everything's fucking overused. They took every
Cole
fucking
just did that
finisher
tonight.
move and made it into an opening move, like Sweet Chin Music, the DDT, like you were talking about, like the when the power slams were fucking like a big thing at the beginning, and like now it's nothing.
Yeah.
They just fucking like shit on everything that was before. Like that's the problem. Is like the whole point of the fucking wrestling is that everybody knows that it's not fake, or everybody knows that it's not real unless you're fucking like 7 years old still, But like everybody else knows, like, so let's quit pretending and let's just fucking like
enjoy the show.
The whole point is to fucking suspend disbelief, right? Like we make it like seem like its own. Like we ignore reality and we just watch the show and enjoy it. But when you shit on stuff like that, established finisher moves by making them opening moves, and you don't even fucking sell them. Like it'd be one thing if you do it as an opening move and then you fucking like sold it like a fucking finisher move. But when it's you just fucking like pop back up from shit. Like that, I have no respect for that, dude. Like, if you don't fucking sell the fucking match, it's like sell the fucking moves. Like the whole, like it just loses all meaning. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, just like tonight, for a good example for no sell, Tully Blanchard hit Sting with a chair in his back, and everybody else takes a chair shot, and they flinch and they look. No, he hits him in the back with a chair and immediately turns around and just looks at him. Like,
I'm 60. I'm so fucking hard. Steel chairs don't hurt.
Yeah, and it was like, wow, way to fucking no sell at all. Like
he should have at least gave him one of the, Like,
yeah, I mean, he's
stung, but like
60.
let it make him mad. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it hurt, but that just made me mad. Let me turn around and fucking kind of beat you up for a second, and then you guys fucking beat the fuck out of me.
The Big Show choke slam number 6.
Yeah. Christian's the Impaler at 7. Really? I've agreed with most of them that was, that they're right up there, but that
I
wasn't
can't even
that
see
great
the
of a
chat
move.
unless you bring it up.
Christian's Impaler at number 7 is number 7. Hopefully that's
Chris Benoit doing Crippler crossface. I mean, it don't get much better than that, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, now it does, because Jungle Boy does almost the exact same thing, but he incorporates the leg and calls it the snare trap.
He could, but he didn't. Nobody fucking has the same intensity as Chris Benoit.
Oh no! I mean,
that dude's just in there fucking. He wants to kill you. Like he was very believable.
And that's
I don't
why
see that from Jungle Boy so much. Yeah, he's dope, but like,
well, it's because he's not,
what is his
billed
move?
as the crippler.
The something snatch
snare trap.
Something? Snare trap.
Snare trap. Yep.
Snatch. I'm gonna turn my camera off so I can save battery. Put this shit in my pocket.
I would have to agree with Cisnak, and not just as a wrestler. I know if somebody DDT'd me, I'm done.
Dude, yeah, for real.
I mean, I ain't fucking. Ain't none of us getting up from that.
Yeah.
And that's why
I just fucking loved the way that like Jake would do the fucking DDT, and it was just like, and like I respected the guy so much. Like one thing, I respect the most about Triple H is the way that he fucking sold the Cactus Jack reveal.
Yep.
Like that meant like I'm such a huge Mick Foley mark, and so like the way that he sold the fucking Cactus Jack reveal, like I really respect Triple H forever for that, because like if he didn't sell it the way that he did, it would have had so much less meaning, which would have hurt my heart. And I fucking It means so much to me that he sold that. It's like it deserved the respect that he gave it, and I appreciate that. And like so many other guys have not gotten
I can't
the
hear
proper
anything
treatment
right now. I gotta
can you put your thumb in your
I gotta
ass?
leave and come back.
I guess not.
Nope.
Well, anyway, like that, but there's so many other guys that fucking didn't get their respect the way that Mick did that night, and I feel so bad. Like it's such a small thing. Like when it's done on TV, can have such a large effect,
Oh, without a
both
doubt.
good
Yeah.
and bad.
Josh Vaughn said he almost broke his neck letting his brother put him in a Steiner recliner.
Yeah.
I think we all did shit like that. The earth.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be the bigger brother in that scenario.
I was lucky enough to be the only brother. So
there you go. Earthquake splash number 8.
Yeah.
Like this whole time up, at first I didn't realize that he was putting them in a top 10 order.
Yeah.
I just thought he meant like
the
big,
second variation of
like the 6th variation of his choke slam. I thought that was the joke.
Apparently, I can't shut my camera off and put it in my pocket because fucking immediately when I fucking click my phone off to just put it in my pocket,
yep.
I lose.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You guys, motherfucker. Sometimes I can though.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
How about now?
Oh, okay.
Good.
So before we were suggesting you stick your thumb in your ass.
Yeah, and you didn't hear it, or you shut the camera off to do it. We don't know.
Yeah, no, I had to go for that.
But what I was saying is Josh made a suggestion earlier in the chat to have a best of worst finishers show.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, okay, so like those of you that have stuck it out here now that they were at the end of the show, number 1, we're going to do Wrestlemania. Yes, the one without a number next week. And after that, we are completely open to suggestions. So if you have an idea like best and worst finishers, or like review this pay-per-view, or like talk about this thing, like please let us know. We'd like to do that. And we're going to keep talking about wrestling shit every Wednesday here on Studio 17. So if you enjoyed the experimental episode of Chokeslam, it will be back next Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, so we definitely want your ideas and suggestions. We've had a couple good ones, and we're going to go with that. But
don't be afraid to suggest something next week.
And don't be afraid to come on the panel.
Yeah, definitely. Please come on the panel and fucking chat it up. Tell us about your wrestling experiences that you saw live. Tell us about how many times you stuck the Undertaker's head in your ass when you were a kid.
Yep. We need to know those things. If you dry humped your wrestle buddies, Yep.
Yeah, if your wrestle buddy has a special hole, we need to know about that.
If you were like Swag and got fucking wrestle buddies of sweat just so you had lube when you fucked them, we want to know that.
Yep.
Right.
Shower daily.
Dope show tonight.
I think it went okay for the first show.
Yeah, not so bad.
Top 10 tag finisher. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, I already wrote it down.
Write that one down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Man, I can't wait for more wrestling shit. I'm so excited to have a reason to watch old school wrestling and make it a priority for myself. It's like I watch shit from every week, but like I tend to go back to some classics and I don't rewatch it. I haven't seen in a while. I'm excited to do that again.
Hell yeah. Now all the fucking wrestling knowledge can kind of be put to use, and just talk about it,
Yep.
So that's cool as fuck, man.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, if there's something I love to do, it's to talk about other men in their underwear.
That's right. Sweating and rubbing each other.
Yep.
Only thing we need is a couple yellow Jeeps, and we'll fucking have a party that everybody will watch.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I was afraid to bring out a yellow Jeep and have Blake just, like, orgasm red too hard after his health concerns, but...
Yeah.
Maybe in the future episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
My buddy tells no tales. Mania 7 was the oldest pay-per-view.
Oh, you been to? Oh, that's so cool. You went to that one. I remember now that you say that. I remember we talked about that in the past, but yeah.
What was
I've never
the main
been to a
event
WrestleMania.
Yeah, neither have I.
Can review wrestling documentaries.
Yeah, for sure. I personally, I love like shoot interviews.
Me too.
Like I could stay up fucking I'll put that shit on while I'm going to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah. New Jack's my fucking favorite.
Dude, when I think interviews. All right, so this is something I wanted to add in right before we end the show is that you were talking about how you think of New Jack when you think of ECW. And there's only one name that comes to mind when I say ECW out loud, and that is
Tommy
Sabu.
Dreamer. Okay. Hell yeah.
Hey, read these real quick.
I know someone who went to WrestleMania 1.
That's dope.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you do. Me. Oh,
damn,
shit.
old ass
really?
motherfucker.
Holy
that's
shit.
Dope as fuck.
All right, now hold on, Brooklyn. Did you watch it in person? I know you lived in that area. Did you watch it live or did you watch it at the theater? Or did they not do the theaters until number 2?
Yeah,
I bet he went to it live. I bet Brooklyn went to it live.
I mean, of course he did. It's fucking Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brooklyn's like The Simpsons. Like, whenever we think of an idea, it's like, I already did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, yo, WrestleMania 1, that's fucking like, that's a real notch under the belt, man. You know, you can be like, oh yeah, I've been to this, I've been to that. Well, have you been to the first WrestleMania?
Yeah, the one without a number.
To really brag about. Yeah. Well, now apparently they're doing it without numbers again.
No shit. He was at Madison Square Garden in the theater.
Oh, in the theater?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Where
dope,
was
man.
WrestleMania 1 held?
I think it was Madison Square Garden.
Well, that's what I thought, but then he said in the theater, so now I'm confused.
Yeah, it was definitely at Madison Square
Well, because
Garden.
at Madison
So we're going to need
Garden,
Google's help on this.
Well, at the Garden, they had the actual event area, which is where the ring and all the seats were, and then off of that, they had a theater area that you could buy tickets and watch it on screen. Just like a movie theater.
Either way,
Hold on.
fucking dope.
We couldn't get into the actual event. We just jumped it on the train and went. Madison Square Gardens. 2 was the theaters because it was in 3 different cities. Yeah, I do remember that part. I thought that, like, when I said in theaters, I meant, like, the widespread use of, like, movie theaters used as, like, pay-per-view screens. Not like not just it would show it on the screen after your portion was done live if you went to the live show, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did the 2 hours, and we appreciate everybody, especially Siznak, who is not looking forward to the show, for participating. Thank you to Brooklyn.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Not someone for viewing the show. And if you're a regular viewer like Josh Bond or Lix or pretty much everybody watching right now, we appreciate you being here. Tell your friends, wrestling content is here on Studio 17.
And it will only get better.
Tomorrow night, This Sucks with Spooky Tuesday, not Slim One.
Slim One.
10
o'clock.
Check that shit out.
Friday, UFCD.
Saturday's the One Chip Challenge.
Yep. Sunday is going to be a saucy time.
Saucy time.
Yep. Sunday
is the One Chip Challenge.
All right. So we get 2 saucy times this week. You get Challenge Accepted, which started on saucy time on Saturday, and you get saucy time on Sunday.
Yep.
Literally every day of the week for the rest of the week is taken up buy Studio 17. Say goodbye to your wives and friends because there's content here for you to watch.
That's right.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Thanks everybody for watching, and
Tune in next week.
tune in next week.
Hell yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.